So today's talk is actually very, very important. Though we always have important talks, but yes, this one it really matters in our life because we need to take responsibility. So let me ask you something that might sound a little strange at first. Have you ever walked into a room and immediately felt lighter? Maybe a friend's home, a particular temple, or garden, a gathering where the laughter was easy and the air felt somehow cleaner. And then, have you walked into another room and felt something quietly deflate inside you? You can't quite explain it. Nothing dramatic happened, but somehow within 10 minutes, you felt heavy, tired a little, or irritable, like someone had slowly let the air out of a balloon. And we all know both of those rooms. We have all been in them. Now, here's the question that changes everything. Have you ever stopped to ask which kind of room are you? Not the rooms you walk into, but the room you are. The energy you carry with you, the invisible atmosphere you create everywhere you go, at the dining table, in the office, in the WhatsApp group, in your own mind at 2 in the morning. So today, we talk about something that sits at the very center of how we live. So today, we talk about taking responsibility for your energy. So let's begin with this thought that your energy is your responsibility. So protect and direct it. Let me say that again. Your energy is your responsibility. So protect and direct it. Not the traffic, not the neighbors, not the news channel running in the background, not your colleague who insists on starting every morning with a complaint. Your energy, your responsibility. And that is both the most liberating idea and the most demanding one. So let's say, think about a room in winter. If there's a good heater inside the room, it doesn't matter how cold it is outside. The room is warm. The temperature inside is not a victim of the weather outside. The heater doesn't sit in the corner saying, यार आज बहुत ठंड है मैं क्या कर सकता हूं. It simply does what it is built to do: generate heat consistently, regardless of conditions. And now, imagine a room with no heater. Every gust of wind, every drop in temperature outside immediately affects the inside. The room has no internal source of warmth. It is completely dependent on external conditions to determine how it feels. So, most of us, if we are honest, have been living like the second room, isn't it? It's a good day outside, we feel good. Difficult conversation, the whole day collapses. One critical remark, we carry it for a week. One piece of bad news on the phone, and we become a different person at dinner. But what if you could do, or you could be the heater? What if your internal source of warmth, your values, your equanimity, your conscious choice of where to place your attention could hold steady regardless of what blows in from outside? Think about it. You control your response, not external events. So let me tell you about Geeta ji. She's 61. She has managed a household of 7 people for over 30 years. She is, by any measure, a woman of extraordinary capacity. But every morning, without fail, her energy is at the mercy of what happens first. If her husband's tea is praised, she floats. If her daughter in law's mood is off at breakfast, Geetaji's entire morning shifts. If a relative calls with an unsolicited advice at 9 a.m., the whole day goes sideways. Geetaji is not weak. She's simply unaware of something, that she has been handing over the remote control of her inner television to everyone around her. And anyone can change the channel. So you cannot control what walks through the door, but you absolutely can control what you do the moment it arrives. So let me share the 3 great energy leaks with you. Yes, because I want to name those 3 things that drain us most quietly. So quietly, we often don't notice until we are already empty. Yes, the 3 great energy leaks. Number one, overthinking. So, can I have a show of hands here that who believe that they do overthink? Okay, thank you. And now let me tell you about Arjun. He's 47, senior manager, sharp mind. But every night from 11 p.m. to 1 a.m., he replays a meeting from 3 days ago. What he should have said, what someone else meant by what they said, what might happen next week. His body is in bed, but his mind is hosting a conference. He wakes up tired, not from the day ahead, but from the night he just ran through his own head. So, overthinking is not problem solving, it is energy leaking from a tap no one bothered to close. And number two, complaining. So, who are the people here who complain a lot? So, complaining is fascinating. It feels like release. It sounds like connection. You agree the traffic is terrible, so do I. We are bounded. But here's the science of it: complaining rewires the brain towards the negative. Every complaint rehearsed is a problem strengthened. And the women in this room who have gathered around a kitchen counter, a park bench, and found that somehow 30 minutes of I'll just share this one thing turn into 90 minutes of collective grievance. You know exactly what I'm talking about. You walked away feeling lighter for about 11 minutes and then somehow heavier than before. And number three, negative environment, the third energy leak. So some environments are simply cold rooms. Some conversations drain before they begin. Some habits, the news at full volume over dinner, the doom scrolling before bed, the group chat that never carries anything but outrage. These are not neutral. They cost you something every time. So direct your energy where it grows you, not where it leaks. And now, so this is the beautiful flip side. Because responsibility for your energy is not just about what you stop, it's about what you choose instead. So, Nandita, she's 55, working professional, someone who spent 20 years pouring energy into things that left her diminished, made one decision 2 years ago. She would spend the first 30 minutes of every morning on something that filled her: reading, a walk, silence with a chai, something that was hers and hers alone. Not a grand overhaul, just a small, daily, non negotiable investment in her own energy. She told me recently, I've changed my circumstances much because obviously those circumstances, she has no control over it, but she has changed what I carry into them. And that is what it means to take responsibility for your energy. So I hope all of you are ready for today's exercise and a little bit of reflection within. So your task today is simple. Please take out your sheet of paper. And today we'll be making a table. I'll be telling you what are the column headings. So we need three headings. And the exercise is, I mean, genuinely simple, not the kind of simple that requires a weekend retreat to figure out. But yes, now what you have to do is you have to identify one energy drain in your life today. Just one. That is the first column. It might be a habit, a conversation you keep having, a thought loop you keep running, a content feed you keep scrolling, or a commitment you said yes to when every cell in your body was saying no. So that is your energy drain. So the first heading is my energy drain. The second column's heading is why it drains me. Why it drains me. And the third column heading, what I will do instead. So, what I'm preparing with the help of this table is your energy audit. So, you can title it as My Energy Audit, Today's Reflection. That is an apt title for that table because you have to name your energy drain. And of course, you have to write it down and then make one conscious choice to reduce or remove it today. Because you know why that is draining you and now what you should be doing instead. So, because the heater doesn't fix the entire winter in one afternoon, it just stays on steadily and eventually the room is warm. So, I want to leave you with this thought. You will never have perfect conditions, let me tell you that. But you can always have a prepared spirit. The traffic will not become considerate. The difficult relative will not stop calling. The news will not suddenly become restful. The world outside will remain precisely as chaotic, as noisy, and as wonderfully unpredictable as it has always been. But you can become the heater, the one who brings warmth into the room rather than waiting for it, the one whose energy is not hostage to headlines or moods or morning mishaps, the one who, at the end of a long day, still has something left because they learned to protect what was theirs. So, here is your call to action. Today, find your energy drain, name it, reduce it, and in that small space you've just created, put something that grows you. One day at a time, one choice at a time, one warm room at a time. So, with that thought, thank you. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. Thank you.